Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Tonight's a big night. Hello, everybody. Tonight's the big night. Okay, so Grok 4 is supposed to be going live tonight in about 4 minutes now. And we're going to go ahead and just wait for that to come online. So this should be a big improvement from Grok 3, which is a current AI, which is a current XAI. And that's available on the X platform if you're a Premium Plus member. Let's see. Gonna wait for a few more people to come on. Awesome. Hey, blind guy. Good to see you. Glad you're doing well. All right. All right, we have 3 more minutes until Grok 4 should be going live, and we will be watching that together as I react. In the meantime, I wanted to show you something pretty cool from Zoox, which is the Amazon auto vehicle here. Let me see if this is going on here. Check this out. This is from Zoox, a little autonomous bus thing. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, it looks pretty cool, right? Looks pretty cool. It's from Zoox. It's an Amazon company type thing. It's a little like mini transporter, and so far they have it, I think, in the strip of Las Vegas so far. I mean, for for city commuting or for city transportation, mainly in probably like dense urban areas, that vehicle would be a pretty good thing. A pretty good thing. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this works, but I think they use a sensor array, like LiDAR and other forms of sensors. I think also cameras as well. So scalability, I'm not sure how well this scales. I'm not sure how much this exactly costs to produce, but I mean, it definitely looks pretty cool. It's a very small form, a very small form factor. Actually, so I mean, it could be riding pretty well in a dense area. What do you guys think? Looks good, but too close. Is it going to be done? Is it being done? Um, Not sure what you mean, but it is small though. It's a small vehicle. What do you mean? So we have it. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern time, and let's see if they're going live now. Let's see where they're at. I don't see any live for Grok 4 yet, and I think, as is the normal trend, they are fashionably going to be late, maybe, hopefully not too long. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, not yet, not yet. Nope. Okay. So far, they're not live yet. So according to Grok 3, The improvements in Grok 4 include enhanced reasoning and logical consistency. So this aims to tackle complex problem solving with greater accuracy. Okay. Improved multinodal capabilities. So this would include, more support for vision, image generation, and potentially other data types like audio. Okay. And specialized coding capabilities, Grok 4 Code. Now they're going to have a dedicated coding edition, Grok 4 Code. So this is going to really change the game for programmers out there, for coders out there. Increase efficiency, increase accuracy. Speed and efficiency is the name of the game here. So this is going to be a game changer in terms of Grok, which is a big improvement. So Grok 3's coding abilities, which scored 79.4% on CodeBench. So this should be better, much better than that. This could reduce debugging and optimization time for developers. Accessing data quality and bias. So this is hopefully to tackle the garbage, quote unquote, garbage data, which is good. So hopefully it'll be much more unbiased. It'll decrease the bias factor and provide, relevant information on even controversial topics, and hopefully it won't shy away from controversial issues, which AI should be completely unbiased on. What do you guys think about that? Let me just check for any notifications. Oh, wait, what do we got going on here? We'll begin soon. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, they're fashionably late. Okay, so particularly for applications in fields like law and medicine. So a more balanced information processing, particularly for applications in fields like law and medicine, which would be great. If this lives up to its claim, that would be great to see. Okay, the blind guy. How close is it to being done? Well, it's currently only operating. I'm assuming you're talking about the Zoox, the Zoox minivan over here. Well, currently I'm not sure if they're in the process of scaling. I'm not sure how much even this costs yet, but this seems to be an extremely preliminary rollout, and they're currently only operating in a strip in Las Vegas, so that's a very small area. But it does look very cool, and it does look very practical. And especially in dense urban areas and dense cities, this will be an ideal form of transportation. If you want to go, like maybe a few miles here and there, and instead of taking a bus or a whatever, this will take you there in no time, I'm not sure how well this scales though, but it does look okay. I mean, for like main roads and driving, this is obviously not it, right? I mean, I would not want to take this on the highway or anything like that. I'm pretty sure it's not its intended purpose. I think its intended purpose is only like, dense urban area, dense city transportation. Sounds good. I want to see the stream first. Yeah, they're fashionably late. They are still late. So this is directly from XAI here. The Grok 4 live stream will begin soon. Stay tuned. And this was at 11:01. So right now it's 11:05, and we are 4 minutes in, and the comments are popping. Very good. Let's hope Grok 4 does not shill for NASA and all the lies like other AI does. Yeah, I mean, Grok 4 is claiming to be unbiased, more unbiased. I mean, X is pretty much free speech, well, almost free speech, right? But I think it's the freest speech platform. It's the freest speech social media platform right now out there. So X is doing pretty good as it is. There have been many instances where Grok 3, did not really. Well, let's put it this way: it showed a very biased response, right? I mean, Grok 3, there have been shown many cases where it was completely biased, and it certainly did raise a few eyebrows, which Elon did actually put out a post not too long ago where he wanted just like controversial topics in the comments to train Grok 4. So hopefully Grok 4 will live up to its unbiased claim, which is needed, especially for an AI. The AI needs to be unbiased, or as unbiased as possible. I mean, in an ideal world, it would be 100% unbiased, right? I mean, if an AI is biased, or if it's answering for toward a certain narrative, then it simply can't be trusted, right? I did see something about the Zoox bus thing, and they said that it wasn't like public transit, it more like cab services. Yeah, I mean it could be like a cheaper, it's basically a cheaper Uber, you know. I mean you have a level like so far Tesla robotaxi, right? Like you have that level where the autonomous car will take you, basically anywhere a road is in the country, right? Whereas I think Zoox is going to be autonomous as well, but I mean, it is autonomous, but it isn't. I mean, I don't believe it's meant for like main roads or long distance travel. I think this is mainly for cities, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Yes, X is the best overall. Yep, I agree. So far, I agree. So far, I agree. Let's check back to the Grok 4 live stream here. Anything? Nope, not yet. 6 minutes in. We're still waiting. Okay, so and yeah, I mean data quality and bias. So hopefully Grok 4 fixes that. Superior benchmark performance. Basically it's Grok. I mean Grok 3 was already scoring pretty high, and Grok 4 is claiming to surpass that. Even competitors like GPT-4 and Claude 3.5. So it should be highly competitive, if not better, than the leading GPT and Claude in areas of math, science, and coding tasks. Though it has not been independently validated yet, of course. And scalability. Grok 4 will maintain accessibility through X Premium Plus subscriptions and XAI's platforms. You know what would be really cool? Rumors are that they might announce a Grok 4 integration in Tesla vehicles. So I really am hoping that's the case, because if that's the case, man, that's going to be a game-changing experience for Tesla vehicles, man. All right. Let's check back over here. Anything? Nothing yet. Okay. Nothing yet. All right, so using Grok 3, I pulled up the Zoox specs over here. Let's see what it uses. Okay. All right. So it has a sensor suite. The Zoox bus thing, which is this one over here, right? This is the Zoox mini autonomous vehicle. I'm assuming it's for city areas only, because that would be an issue on the main road there on the highway. I'm not sure if that's going to reach highway speeds, right? But it does use LiDAR, it uses radar, it has cameras, long wave infrared cameras as well, sensor configuration. So it has an extensive sensor suite. So this is, I mean, I don't know. This is pretty expensive. This is looking pretty expensive over here already. So, okay, let's see. AI driven perception, prediction, and planning. Okay. Machine learning, it uses blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it basically uses a whole sensor suite in combo with cameras and specialized equipment, specialized cameras to, as its, vision for the AI. Okay, so it uses real world data as well as adversarial simulations too. So it creates synthetic scenarios to test edge cases. Okay. All right. So it uses real world data, millions of miles of sensor data from test vehicles in San Francisco, Las Vegas, Seattle, and other cities. So it only says cities. So I'm assuming this is going to be mainly a city transport thing. I want to see an open source AI. You know what? Actually, now that you mention it, let me just pause on this for 1 second. I think it said over here. Let's see. Here we go. On scalability and accessibility from Grok 3, describing Grok 4's advancements. It says it may introduce smaller open source variants later in 2025. So this is before the end of the year, to support research and cost-effective experimentation, broadening its reach beyond Grok 3's exclusive X Premium Plus model. So, you are in luck, Mr. Blind Guy. It looks like they will have open source variants available for implementation in whatever your small projects may be. I would love if they do text and image and video, or text and image to video like VO3 with sound. Oh, like VO3, yeah, like Google's AI. Yeah, no. I mean, Google's VO3 is actually very nice. I've used it a few times, and it is quite remarkable because it even includes sound in its AI generated video scenes, which is phenomenal. And the only limitation is that if you're a Google Pro member and you're using the Google VO 3, you have a certain amount of credits that you need. So I think it's within a few hours you can make 3 8-second clips. Which is more than enough if you're using, like if you're doing like small video projects or whatever, then you could, create larger scenes in Google Flow. The problem with Google Flow is that it doesn't use VO3. It still uses I think it's a VO 2.5. I think it still uses. So it's not really using VO3. You would have to upgrade your Google membership to the highest tier, which I think is like somewhere around almost $200 a month or something like that. And then you have many more credits to create. Basically, it's a compute issue, right? So it's very compute intensive, I'm assuming, and which is why it's drastically limited for the lower tiers. Exactly right. It does cost way too much. I think the standard tier is like $20 a month for Google Pro, and out of that you could make 3 8-second clips on VO3. But the tier above that where you have I think double or triple, which is still like it's still restricted. I think that's close to like $200 a month. I could be wrong, but I think it's in the $200 area. It's way ahead in the video department. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, blind guy. Okay. Okay, what's going on with XAI? I want to see what Grok 4 is doing. Okay, Grok 4 is 14 minutes late. Well, it's actually 15 minutes late. Let's see what the comments are saying here. Let's have some fun in the comments. Comments are like Why can't these Elon presentations start 10 minutes early? Okay. And I think the trend is pretty much as expected. People are waiting. We are waiting. Everyone's waiting. All right. Anyway. So back to this thing. So the Zoox uses also simulation training, continuous learning, blah, 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 safety and redundancy. I don't know. I mean, no manual controls, all wheel. Oh, it has all wheel steering, bi-directional capability. The symmetrical toaster-shaped vehicle can move in either direction without turning, simplifying navigation in tight places. So this pretty much confirms without an official confirmation that this is built only for cities, and I think that's a very good thing. I think that this Zoox vehicle is actually a very good thing. I mean, this would be like in cities like, I mean, in any dense city, this would be a great thing. Now, I mean, is this like a personal transporter type thing? I mean, they could theoretically, deploy like a lot of these, right? But I'm assuming it's going to be like a rideshare type of thing, though. Maybe like, 4 people, 4 people in each. It's basically like a mini, it's basically like a car, but not like a car. It's made for cities. No manual controls, all-wheel steering. Well, I mean, I do like this part, but I mean, again, the sensor suite that it has. Where is this thing? The sensor suite is like it's like basically everything. Like it's everything in here. Like this is all money, So how scalable is this going to be? I mean, practically how scalable is it going to be? With something compared to like a Tesla robotaxi. I mean, the Tesla robotaxi is just it just uses cameras and AI, right? And neural nets. Ultimate city driving. Yeah, it is ultimate city driving. It is autonomous driving. Autonomous. So okay, so the challenges, dynamic routing. Tests have often followed pre-planned routes. So okay, so this is basically unplanned routing remains critical test for full autonomy. So this sounds more like a train car on wheels because it follows a pre-planned route. So basically, it's like a city bus that has a route, right? But in this case, it does not have a human driver, nor does it have the artificial intelligence to create a route on the fly, right? If one route is blocked, it does not have the intelligence yet to create a route on the fly. So this is basically a bus without a human driver. So this is now looking like a train car on wheels. You know how a train follows the tracks, you can't go off the tracks. This autonomous vehicle by Zoox so far can't go off of the pre-planned route. So that is going to be, I mean, these are all the things that, these are all very common problems when it comes to autonomous driving, right? I mean, so far, aside from Tesla is almost there. No other company offering autonomous type of driving has truly made an AI that can drive and think on the fly, right? I mean, Tesla is basically there. I would say Tesla is like 99% there, but we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I mean, I'm hoping it's before the end of the year, but we'll see how long it takes for their full self-driving to go unsupervised. Unexpected braking, again, a very common problem with autonomous vehicles is the so-called phantom braking, right? And of course, regulatory hurdles, they're always there. So legally, how long is it going to take for autonomous driving in general to be legally accepted, right? All right, so the Zoox vehicles currently operate at speeds of up to 45 miles per hour in cities with design capable. Oh, it's capable of 75 miles per hour. So, I mean, going 75 miles per hour in this, I don't know, guys. What do you think? I don't know. I I don't think so, man. What do you think, guys? 75 miles per hour in that? Yeah, we're staying in the city. Again, I mean, this is a really cool city auto autonomous transporter. It really is. I mean, even if it's a train car on wheels, I mean, it's still pretty cool. And you know, they will have to work out the kinks as everyone does. But yeah, we're not going 75 miles per hour in this. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, sounds scary. Yep. I wouldn't trust it. Yep, I don't trust it either. Yep. But at 45 miles per hour, okay, that's okay. Hi, Sub from New Zealand. Welcome. We're waiting for Grok AI, Grok 4, to start live streaming already, but they are late as usual. So far they're 23 minutes late, and according to this post, they are 22 minutes in. We're still waiting. We're still waiting, and so is Judge Judy over here apparently. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Over here, it is currently 11:23 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States, on the East Coast. And it looks like it's going to be a late night. It's going to be a late night, guys. So Elon is posting that they're expanding to a larger service area in Austin this weekend. So he's talking about the robotaxi. So that's pretty good news. Waiting on regulatory approvals, but probably in a month or two. Wow, in the Bay Area. So Elon's waiting on regulatory approvals, but probably in a month or two. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's exciting. Yeah, the robotaxis have been doing pretty good. The robotaxis have been doing pretty good so far. So that's good to see and hear. I mean, they definitely are way ahead of the game. I mean, anybody who has a Tesla here, does anybody in the chat have a Tesla? I mean, you're already familiar with FSD supervised and how good that already is. I mean, it's not perfect. You know, I mean, currently FSD supervised is not perfect, but it is nearly perfect. It is nearly perfect. Who has a Tesla here? This sounds good for people in the city. Hopefully, it comes out for New Jersey soon. Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially in the cities I mean, any city anywhere, but yeah, but in New Jersey, there are plenty of cities where this, where the Zoox vehicle could be very helpful, right? There are plenty of cities that could use this type of transportation. Let's see what Zoox actually is posting on here. So this just came out 11 hours ago. So this is brand new, almost. I mean, they're operating in Las Vegas currently only. Um, okay, so they are mapping roads. So they are pre-mapping roads here, which is a very time-consuming process. It's not scalable. It is not scalable. And it's not cheap either. So they're operating in San Francisco Bay Area, the first purpose-built assembly site. Okay. I mean, but it looks pretty cool though.
It drives itself, so I give it a 10 out of 10. Hey San, I'm a senior technical program manager with the manufacturing engineering team here at Zoox. And this is my 2015 Lexus IS350 F Sport. I love my Lexus. I've got custom wheels on it, custom ceramic tints, some vinyl wrapping, and best of all is a custom exhaust. I first got into cars when I got my first internship at Toyota. I was just surrounded by all these people who are so passionate about car culture. And we started going to car meets, cruising down Woodward Ave in Detroit. It was just a lot of fun. My focus has always been about making vehicles safer, and it quickly became clear that autonomous vehicles is going to be the next big step in safety. I think Zoox is super unique because not only are we building the autonomous vehicle software, but we're also designing and building a vehicle from the ground up and offering a rideshare service.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Shubarb. I do agree with you. Yeah, I mean it probably would be much easier to pay Google for the map data, but I mean I think the AI needs like actual high definition. I'm not sure how they're training their AI. I mean like something like Tesla. Tesla has billions of miles already recorded for training its own AI, and it gets that video data from every Tesla on the road, right? So, you know, how is Zoox doing it? I'm not sure how they're doing it, but if they're pre-mapping, they're probably generating high definition in real time map data, and also video data as well to train their AI, right? So, paying Google for their map data, I mean, I'm not really sure what kind of map data they have, right? Um, but they would probably need something more like on the ground in real time, high definition mapping, mixed in with video, so they could train their AI, however they're training it. Companies like this don't really put out too much information at all, like on how they're doing it, right? I mean, this vehicle, as we already saw before here, it has a very extensive sensor array, right? This autonomous bus um, has lidar, radar, cameras, long wave, infrared. I mean, this has the whole suite, right? So already this whole thing is very expensive already, right? And how much redundancy do they have to now build in to their architecture? One fails, what's going to take over? What about conflict of data? What about conflict of input, right? So this is a very complicated, complex thing, and I don't think it's easy to maintain either. I mean, a lot of things can go wrong with this, a lot of things. So, and also it costs a lot of money. I'm assuming this is very expensive. I mean, granted, the form factor for the bus, right, is very small. So maybe that kind of compensates. But I'm assuming that this is a very expensive thing for its form factor or size or whatever. I'm assuming it's very expensive, and I don't think it's scalable at all in its current state, simply because they're using high definition pre-mapping. So I don't know. Okay, so we're still waiting on XAI to go live. We are 30 minutes in. And we have not started yet. Can someone on the West Coast confirm if it's already 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or am I just impatient and confused again? Let's see. Happens as we age, blah, blah, blah. Typical comments. And somebody's asking Grok what time it is. Let's see if Grok responds. Grok did not respond. Oh, Grok is not ready yet. It's 6 minutes ago. Okay, this guy is saying it's 11:30 here, and under the screen that says starting soon, it says beginning at 03:30. That's funny. I mean, we're waiting, guys. We're waiting. The live stream will begin soon. And soon is now, and it has not started, guys. It has not started yet. Okay. And then there's Waymo, right? Waymo is the other autonomous thing, and they're actually opening up. They're actually expanding their coverage areas quickly, and they're doing it fast. They're doing it fast. I mean, Waymo definitely has its issues, and it is not. It is. Well, I mean, I can't say it's not scalable, but compared to something like Tesla robotaxi, comparatively speaking, it is not scalable, right? So it's going to be very hard to scale this. The cars and the equipment array on a Waymo is extensive and expensive. I mean, they were using Jaguar vehicles, so the advantage that Tesla has is that everything is in house. Like it is all in line, right? They build, design. They build and design everything, right, in house. Whereas something like Waymo is using third party. So they're building their sensor array and AI, and they're having a third party partnership with Jaguar, and it's just a very expensive setup, right? It's a very expensive setup. I mean, I am all for autonomous vehicles, and I'm all for competition, right? So the more competition, the better, obviously. We want competition, right? We want Tesla to, as good as they're doing right now, we want Tesla to be on its toes at all times, right? We don't want Tesla to go ahead and take a nap, wake up 4 hours later, and bam, somebody else came up with something that is going to, well, I mean, by the way at the point they're at right now, they could essentially take a whole full night's sleep and still be okay, right? But we want Tesla to always be on its toes. I'm sure Tesla is not worried about anything, right? I mean, they're not really worried about anything, but there is competition, right? I mean, this is whoever takes this market, whoever comes first and takes this market, it is $1 trillion market. It is all up for grabs, is what I'm trying to say here, right? So all the companies here, Waymo, Zoox, Amazon, Amazon with their own autonomous thing, like they have autonomous deliveries and stuff, like autonomous delivery vehicles, autonomous delivery drones. They're building autonomous robots for their warehouses. I mean, that is, everything is going to be autonomous, right? But in terms of autonomous driving, whoever comes first in this market is setting itself up to take everything. And once that happens, right? Once the autonomous driving model is perfected, and in my opinion, I believe Tesla will be the one to enter it. I mean, first of all, it has already entered it, right? Now, I'm speaking from personal experience, and whoever has a Tesla here can vouch for what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to preface this with, okay, the Tesla full self-driving, supervised as it currently is in all consumer Teslas, right, is not perfect, right? But in my experience, it is like 99% perfect, right? It is 99%. It is really good. Like, I get in my car, I type in an address, and I just start full self-driving supervised. And the Tesla vehicle has an interior cabin camera right underneath the rear view mirror, right? And it tracks your eyes. So as long as the camera, now look, like I know how this might sound to some people. Like, yes, I understand and hear you about the privacy issues, Big Brother watching, all that crap. I understand it. Trust me, I get it. But I do trust Tesla for right now. I mean, of course, things can change in a second, right? But I do trust Tesla right now, and the fact that no data is actually leaving the vehicle, right? Everything is local. So all data and everything is being processed locally on the car, right? So no data is leaving the vehicle unless you want it to leave the vehicle, or there is an emergency, or there is a catastrophic accident. Then there might be not issues. There might be instances where that data will leave the vehicle, right? But all of the data being processed on your Tesla vehicle is local to that vehicle only. It does not leave the vehicle. So that's why I do not have a problem at all, and I see it actually as a positive, right? Because as a side note, when I have my dog in the car and I put the Tesla's dog mode on, which is basically a climate controlled cabin now, and on the screen it says dog mode, I can actually view the interior cabin camera of my car and see the interior of my car. I can see my dog, see how he's doing, or just for curiosity's sake, if I want to look inside my car, right on my phone, on my app, I can look into my car. So this same camera tracks your eyes, and as long as it sees that your eyes are tracking the road in front of you, you actually don't even have to nudge the wheel at all. So basically, you can look in the road, pay attention now, because again, the current full self-driving supervised model is not perfect, right? So you can't fall asleep. As a matter of fact, it won't let you even track away from the road, right? If you start tracking away from the road, it's going to prompt you to nudge the steering wheel to maintain full self-driving. And if you keep on disobeying those nudges or orders from the AI inside your car, then you actually get you go into full self-driving timeout, where you can't use it until you put your car, you pull over, you put your car in park, and basically, start the whole drive over again. So it puts you in a full self-driving timeout. So as long as you're tracking the road, you do not have to touch the wheel, and that car will drive, the Tesla will drive you from point A to point B. Now, I only take it over when I'm entering parking lots, because it's not perfect at entering parking lots yet. Like if I'm going into a residence that has a driveway, it's not there yet where it pulls into the driveway, but I'm hoping that option does come soon, as soon as they they fix all the actual issues that matter, right? And that could be a final thing where you might have to, where you may be able to customize an endpoint, where you may be able to drop a waypoint at a location to where the car should safely maneuver to. Now, that is the final stage of autonomous driving. Once it has mastered autonomous driving, and it's already almost there, in my opinion. Just from full self-driving supervised, it's already almost there. The robotaxis are a whole different ballgame, because they are using a different software stack altogether, which is far more robust than the full self-driving supervised model. Yeah, which cars are you talking about? So anyway, once the robotaxis are perfected, right, and they go live, right? The reason why Tesla has such an extreme advantage, right? And the reason why I believe they will be the players in the game that will take this market, this autonomous driving market, is because once a robotaxi is mastered and it passes the regulatory hurdles, which I hope do not take long, then that robotaxi full self-driving software stack would immediately be transferred to every single consumer Tesla on the road, assuming the hardware is capable, right? I mean, I'm not sure what the hardware limitations are going to be, right? Is it going to be able to support the older hardware 3 model Teslas, or is it hardware 4 and above? Or now, they might be coming out with they are probably coming out with a hardware 5 model pretty soon. So Elon posted a while ago that all Teslas would be capable of full self-driving, right? So I don't know what the restrictions are going to be, or if they're going to be, you know, some kind of retrofitting involved with the older model Teslas, like Hardware 3. But once the robotaxis are perfected, full self-driving will be transferred over to all consumer Teslas over the air, you know, via over the air update. And every single Tesla on the road will instantly be capable of autonomous full self-driving unsupervised. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be a game changer. I mean, it already is a game changer, right? But it's insane. Like this, that's called scalability, right? That's called, you know, actual scalability. Like when you compare Tesla full self-driving or autonomous driving to something like a Waymo, it is not even in the same dimension. The Waymos are manufactured slowly and expensively, right? And their whole way of autonomous driving is a slow process, right? Geofencing, pre-mapping, the sensor array suite. It's not scalable as a Tesla is scalable, right? The Tesla, you know, like during one period, you might have, let's say, 500 robotaxis, right? And as soon as as soon as it is perfected, passes the regulatory hurdles, or becomes, you know, legal, right, to operate autonomously, or it passes whatever whatever criteria needs to be passed. It passes that, right? Okay, so one day you have 500. It passes the legal criteria. The next day you have 1,000,000, because every single Tesla on the road is now capable of autonomous driving, fully unsupervised. Meaning you can go, put in an address, take a nap, and it will get you there safely and efficiently. Okay, guys. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Tesla is the most scalable self-driving. Yes, it is. Yeah, so far, yep, so far it is. So far it is. I mean, so far it is, you know, on the consumer side, it is supervised. But I predict very soon, I'm predicting before the end of the year. I know that's bullish and very optimistic, but I'm predicting before the end of 2025, something's gonna happen, right? Something's gonna happen. I don't know. I mean, can I say it's gonna be unsupervised? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right, this Grok 4 live stream is taking a while, guys. Is it still on? Guys, it's 11:45. What's going on here? I want to see Grok 4, guys. What's going on? Come on, Elon, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, there's really no update. Guys, come on, guys. All right, I mean, we're getting to a quarter to midnight over here on the East Coast. And I'm not gonna lie, it is past my bedtime. It's past my bedtime. Okay, I mean, I really hope it starts soon. I mean, I want to see what Grok 4 is all about. I am still very excited. Despite the delay, I am very excited, and I think this is a strategic delay of their live stream to entice maximum excitement, right? I mean, that has to be it. I mean, it can't be that they're not prepared yet, right? I mean, that that can't be it, right? I mean, it's all strategy, right? It's like 5D chess, right? I mean, you delay it for 45 minutes and the people will be more excited. I don't know, guys. I hope the unsupervised version update comes out on before the end of the year. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too, because listen, if I can put in an address and my Tesla will drive me as I watch a YouTube video, or if I watch a Netflix video, or if I live stream, or if I take a nap, I mean, I want to do that already. It's 2025, guys. Come on. The future is now, right? I mean, the future is now. All right. All right, listen. Grok 3 has gone rogue, and and is DDoS XAI really to prepare itself? Maybe, right? Yeah, it's probably preparing for battle, right? For ultimate battle. Oh man. All right, so this is Waymo. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Waymo. I mean, Waymo's been operating for a while now, and the improvements have been minor at best. But I mean, they are expanding their territory fast. It's almost like they can sense the storm that is Tesla coming, and they just want to get as many Waymos out there as possible, guys. That's what I think they want to do. Okay. Yeah, we're still waiting. Still waiting. 11:49. And how much you want to bet they're gonna wait till midnight? How much you want to bet they're gonna wait until it strikes midnight and they're going live when half the world's already sleeping? It feels like ever since Waymo came out, it stood the same. Well, I mean, it has improved a little bit, but the thing is, though, the irony is that with with the influencers, because the mainstream media has stayed really quiet about the Tesla robotaxi advancement, right? Like overall, the Tesla robotaxi was a huge success, in my opinion. I mean, overall, it was a huge success. It had like two hiccups. It had two hiccups, right? But the irony is that as mainstream media began focusing on the hiccups, solely on the hiccups on the Tesla robotaxi launch, the irony is that Waymo also started to get much more attention, right? I mean, prior to the robotaxi launch, I really have not heard anything about Waymo. But once robotaxi got started, and once the negative stories started coming out on robotaxi, which are basically non-issues, right? I mean, yes, there were like two hiccups. There were like two hiccups, but compared to what Waymo has been doing, it's basically a non-issue, right? It's basically a non-issue. So as the robotaxi, as the Tesla robotaxi has got more and more negative coverage, it really also set the eyes on Waymo too, with many of the influencers and many people on the social media platforms, especially on X. They started now putting their eyes on Waymo, And Waymo got a whole lot more scrutiny too. And it turns out that Waymo has been up to a lot of no good as well. I mean, not as well. I mean, Tesla has been doing great, right? I mean, it had 2 hiccups, fine. I'll give them that, but they're basically non-issues compared to what Waymo has been doing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I hope I hope all autonomous companies they do succeed, right? Because competition is a very good thing, and I want Tesla to have a lot of competition. It's the only way to maintain a damn good product, right? If Tesla starts getting lazy, I mean, the product will obviously sink. I mean, it has happened many times, right? Look at BlackBerry. BlackBerry thought they had a stronghold, and boom, out comes the iPhone. They are gone. They're gone. So I don't, I mean, it's probably not going to happen with a company like Tesla. But if Tesla needs to stay on its toes all the time, their product is going to be the best. So I am all for any autonomous company, any AI company, bring it, because Tesla needs a competition, and that's the only way to grow, right? I know. You spend your lunch break waiting for this. I know. I mean, over here it's almost midnight. So over here it's almost midnight. So, I don't know. Let's see. No, we're not getting it. Nope, not yet. I'm looking through my notifications and nothing. Yeah, I'm waiting too. So we started streaming here at 5 to 11. So we are like almost an hour in with no update. I mean, no update, nothing, guys. Why are people posting the live stream in the comments is what I want to know here. Well, yeah, that's exactly me right now. Um, where are they? All right. All right, so that's Waymo. What are the cool things that are happening? Well, I mean, this guy says he's going to sleep, so. I mean, we're not going to go to sleep yet, guys. We are going to hold the line until the very end. I mean, how could they announce a live stream, right? And on the Eastern time zone, it's 11 p.m. at night. They make one announcement, right? They make one announcement that they're going to be delayed. When did they make that announcement? They made that announcement 53 minutes ago. They made the announcement that it will begin soon. I mean, at least make another announcement, XAI. Come on. Keep us updated. This is like the worst thing you can do. Just leave us hanging. We're hanging. All right, well, let's see what other cool things we can talk about. I mean, yeah, it looks like everybody is frustrated. Yeah, I mean, the East Coast, this guy's saying is losing the East Coast audience. I mean, I'm on the East Coast here. It's 5 to midnight, guys. 5 to midnight. It's a Wednesday. I am sacrificing my sleep hours right now, guys. This is and I value my sleep. I do value my sleep. Yeah, no, you do have to, yeah. I mean Elon and the guys are always, usually a little late, right? I mean, 15 minutes I can understand. 20 minutes, I mean, 20 minutes is annoying, but I can understand it. But an hour? What the heck is going on, XAI? How could you be late 1 hour and no update? That is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. I mean, listen, I'm still very excited, but I have to admit, I am getting a little tired. I am getting a little tired. I don't know. Well, I mean, I really do hope they start soon. I really do hope they start soon. What do you think about that setup, guys? I think that setup is top tier. It's top tier. I don't think the robotaxi will wait an hour for passenger. No, I think the robotaxi waits. I think it waits like 10 minutes. I think once you call the robotaxi, I think it waits like 10 minutes for you to arrive and start the ride. After that, you're out of luck. You are out of luck. That's what's going on right now, guys. Grok is on the small screen right here. It's not on the big screen yet. It's not on the big screen yet. It's on the small screen, guys. Yeah, we're waiting. We're we're waiting for the Grok 4 live stream to start. This is exactly. I feel like this portrays the exact emotion, the exact energy right now, with like all the people. And I mean, I really do hope they either make an announcement or start the stream soon because I mean, while I give them the benefit of the doubt all the time, a lot of people do not and won't. I mean, and understandably so, right? There's no update. Okay. Oh yeah, there's another one too. I mean, Linda actually resigns or steps down as CEO of X, and I'm not really sure if this is real or not. Mr. Beast says I'll fill the role. I don't know about that. What do you Yeah, what do you think about this? What do you think about Mr. Beast filling the role here? Oh, there's a new supercharger location in Simmern, Germany. 8 stalls. That's pretty cool. We have Farzad saying that he's shocked, sarcastically. Did he post anything? Let's see. Nope, it's been 38 minutes since even he posted. Oh, no, here you go. 20 minutes. I'm about to fall asleep. Someone please go live. Yeah. What is Elon replying to? Oh, we got a notification. Please be live. Please be live. Oh, we're live. Here we go, guys. Oh, it says we'll begin shortly. But this is something. It's live. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Yep, it's live. But at least it's something, right? Yeah, Fried TV, thank you for that. Yep. Yeah, no, this better not be another hour. This better not be another hour. How's the sound? Can you hear the music in the background? Okay, great. All right. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. We're gonna see Grok 4 come live. Now it just has to start. That's all it has to do now. It just has to start. It is 12:03 a.m. here on the East Coast, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. So they have 74,000 people viewing and climbing. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I know, it is crazy, right? Man, I haven't been up this late in a while. Oh, it's only 9 there. Downtown Don. It's only 9 there. Over here, it is 12:04 a.m. So the stream is over an hour late. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it because I want to see this Grok 4 thing. I'm not going to go to sleep before I see this. I'm all in now. I'm in too deep right now. Can't back out now. I'm telling you right now, this better start soon. I mean, they have almost 124,000 people viewing live, so I mean, 140,000 people viewing live now. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
In a world where knowledge shapes destiny, one creation dares to redefine the future. From the minds at XAI, prepare for Grok 4. This summer, the next generation arrives, faster, smarter, bolder. It sees beyond the horizon, answers the unasked, and challenges the impossible. Grok 4, unleash the truth, coming this summer.
Wait, what?
All right, welcome to the Grok 4 release here. This is the smartest AI in the world, and we're going to show you exactly how and why. It really is remarkable to see the advancement of artificial intelligence, how quickly it is evolving. I sometimes compare it to the growth of a human and how fast a human learns and gains conscious awareness and understanding. And AI is advancing just vastly faster than any human. I mean, we're going to take you through a bunch of benchmarks that that Grok 4 is able to achieve incredible numbers on. But it's actually worth noting that Grok 4, if given like the SAT, would get perfect SATs every time, even if it's never seen the questions before. And if even going beyond that to say like graduate student exams like the GRE, it will get near perfect results in every discipline of education.
Simultaneously, wow, that's crazy.
So, yeah, and frankly, it only gets better from here. So we'll take you through the Grok 4 release and yeah, show you like the pace of progress here.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Like, I guess the first part is like in terms of the training. We're going from Grok 2 to Grok 3 to Grok 4. We've essentially increased the training by an order of magnitude in each case. So it's
the screen froze.
More training than Grok 2.
How about now?
And that's only going to increase. So it's yeah, frankly, I mean, I don't know. In some ways, a little terrifying, but the growth of intelligence here is remarkable.
Yes. It's important to realize there are two types of training compute. One is the pre-training compute. That's from Grok 2 to Grok 3. But from Grok 3 to Grok 4, we're actually putting a lot of compute in reasoning in RL.
Yeah, and just like you said, this is literally the fastest moving field. Right. And Grok 2 is like the high school student by today's standard. If you look back in the last 12 months, Grok 2 was only a concept. We didn't even have Grok 2 12 months ago. And then by training Grok 2, that was the first time we scale up like the pre-training. We realized that if you actually do the data ablation really carefully, and the infra, and also the algorithm, we can actually push the pre-training quite a lot by amount of 10x to make the model the best pre-trained base model. And that's why we built Colossus, the world's supercomputer with 100,000 H100. And then with the best pre-trained model, and we realized if you can collect these verifiable outcome reward, you can actually train this model to start thinking from the first principle, start to reason, correct its own mistakes. And that's where the Grok 3 reasoning comes from. And today we ask the question, what happens if you take the expansion of the Colossus with all 200,000 GPUs, put all these into RL, 10x more compute than any of the models out there on reinforcement learning, unprecedented scale, what's going to happen? So this is the story of Grok 4, and Tony share some insight with the audience.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just talk about how smart Grok 4 is. So I guess we can start discussing this benchmark called Humanities Last Exam. And this benchmark is a very, very challenging benchmark. Every single problem is curated by subject matter experts. It's in total 2,500 problems, and it consists of many different subjects: mathematics, natural sciences, engineering, and also all the humanities subjects. So essentially when it was first released, actually like earlier this year, most of the models out there can only get single-digit accuracy on this benchmark. Yeah, so we can look at some of those examples. So there is this mathematical problem, which is about natural transformations in category theory. And there's this organic chemistry problem that talks about electrocyclic reactions. And also there's this linguistic problem that tries to ask you about distinguishing between closed and open syllabus from a Hebrew source text. So you can see also it's a very wide range of problems. And every single problem is PhD or even advanced research level problems.
Yeah, I mean, there are no humans that can actually answer these, can get a good score. I mean, if you actually say, like, any given human, what's the best that any human could score? I mean, I'd say maybe 5% optimistically.
Yeah.
So this is much harder than what any human can do. It's incredibly difficult. And you can see from the types of questions. Like, you might be incredible in linguistics or mathematics or chemistry or physics or any one of a number of subjects, but you're not going to be at a postgrad level in everything. And Grok 4 is a postgrad level in everything. Like, it's just, some of these things are just worth repeating. Like, Grok 4 is postgraduate, like PhD level in everything. Better than PhD, but like most PhDs would fail.
I mean, that's pretty crazy.
So it's better that said, I mean, at least with respect to academic questions, I want to just emphasize this point. With respect to academic questions, Grok 4 is better than PhD level in every subject, no exceptions.
In everything, postgrad. Everything.
Now, this doesn't mean that at times it may lack common sense, and it has not yet invented new technologies or discovered new physics, but that is just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. I think it may discover new technologies as soon as later this year, and I would be shocked if it has not done so next year. So I would expect Grok to, literally discover new technologies that are actually useful no later than next year and maybe end of this year. And it might discover new physics next year.
Well, that's new physics.
Within 2 years, I'd say almost certainly.
Within 2 years, almost certainly. New physics? New physics?
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
So yeah,
space travel.
Okay, so I guess we can talk about what's behind the scene of Grok 4. As Jimmy mentioned, we actually throwing a lot of compute into this training. When it started, it's only also a single digit. Sorry, the previous slide. Sorry. Yeah, it's only a single digit number. But as you start putting in more and more training compute, it started to gradually become smarter and smarter, and eventually solved a quarter of the HLE problems. And this is without any tools. The next thing we did was to adding tools capabilities to the model. And unlike Grok 3, I think Grok 3 actually is able to use CRO as well, but here we actually make it more native in the sense that we put the tools into training. Grok 3 was only relying on generalization. Here, we actually put the tools into training. And it turns out this significantly improves the model's capability of using those tools.
Yeah, I remember we had like deep search back in the days.
Yeah.
So how is this different?
Yeah, exactly. So deep search was exactly the Grok 3 reasoning model, but without any specific training, but we only asked it to use those tools. So compared to this, it was much weaker in terms of its tool capabilities.
And unreliable. Yeah.
And unreliable,
right.
Yes.
And to be clear, like these are still, I'd say, this is still fairly primitive tool use. If you compare it to, say, the tools that are used at Tesla or SpaceX, where you're using, finite element analysis and computational fluid dynamics, and you're able to run, or say like Tesla does, like crash simulations, where the simulations are so close to reality that if the test doesn't match the simulation, you assume that the test article is wrong. That's how good the simulations are. So Grok is not currently using any of the tools, the really powerful tools that a company would use, but that is something that we will provide it with later this year. So it will have the tools that a company has, and have very accurate physics simulator.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Ultimately, the thing that'll make the biggest difference is being able to interact with the real world via humanoid robots. So you combine sort of Grok with Optimus, and it can actually interact with the real world and figure out if it can formulate an hypothesis and then confirm if that hypothesis is true or not. So we're really, think about like where we are today. We're at the beginning of an immense intelligence explosion. We're in the intelligence Big Bang right now, and we're at the most interesting time to be alive.
Yeah, for real.
Of any time in history.
This is it.
Yeah.
Like
Now
things.
that's it. We need to make sure that the AI is a good AI.
Yeah, it's not like Terminator.
Good Grok.
But things are gonna change like crazy.
And the thing that I think is most important
And we're at the
for
beginning
AI
of it.
safety, at least my biological neural net tells me, the most important thing for AI is to be maximally truth-seeking.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
this is a very fundamental. Like you can think of AI as this super genius child that ultimately will outsmart you, but you can still you can instill the right values, and encourage it to be sort of, truthful, I don't know, honorable, good things like
Truthful, unbiased, maybe
the
somehow
values you want to instill in a
moral,
child,
right?
that-
high moral value somehow.
that would ultimately grow up to be incredibly powerful. Yeah. So yeah, so this is really, I'd say, we say tools. These are still primitive tools, not the kind of tools that serious commercial companies use. But we will provide it with those tools, and I think it will be able to solve with those tools real-world technology problems.
That's
in fact,
crazy.
I'm certain of it. It's just a question of
That's crazy.
how long it takes.
So you could theoretically
Yes,
give the
exactly.
AI a tool,
So is
and
it
in
just compute all you
simulation,
need?
it will use that tool to solve a problem.
Is it just compute all you need at this point?
Well, you need compute plus the right tools, and then ultimately to be able to interact with the physical world.
Yes.
And then, we'll effectively have an economy that is, well, ultimately an economy that is thousands of times bigger than our current economy, or maybe millions of times. I mean, if you think of civilization as percentage completion of the Kardashev scale, where Kardashev 1 is using all the energy output of a planet, and Kardashev 2 is using all the energy output of a sun, and 3 is all the energy output of a galaxy. We're only, in my opinion, probably like closer to 1% of Kardashev 1 than we are to 10%. So like maybe a point or 1 or 2% of Kardashev 1. So we will get to most of the way, like 80-90% Kardashev 1, and then hopefully, if civilization doesn't self-annihilate, and then Kardashev 2, like it's the actual notion of a human economy, assuming civilization continues to progress, will seem very quaint in retrospect. It will seem like sort of cavemen throwing sticks into a fire level of economy, compared to what the future will hold. I mean, it's very exciting. I mean,
It is very exciting.
I've been at times kind of worried about, like, well, is this seems like it's somewhat unnerving to have intelligence created that is far greater than our own. And will this be bad or good for humanity? It's like I think it'll be good. Most likely it'll be good. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it
But I
really
somewhat
is
reconciled myself to
one of the greatest
that
times to be alive.
even if it wasn't going to be good, I'd at least like to be alive to see it happen.
We are literally at the beginning of a monumental shift in the way the world is going to function,
Actually, one
and the way humans are even going to function.
Yeah, I think
monumental
one
shift, and we are all alive to
problem
see it.
that we still need to solve, besides just compute, is how do we unblock the data bottleneck? Because when we try to scale up the RL in this case, we did invent a lot of new techniques, innovations, to allow us to figure out how to find a lot of challenging RL problems to work on. It's not just the problem itself needs to be challenging, but also it needs to be, you also need to have like a reliable signal to tell the model, you did it wrong, you did it right. This is the sort of the principle of reinforcement learning. And as the model gets smarter and smarter, the number of cool problems or challenging problems will be less and less.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a new type of challenge that we need to surpass besides just compute. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually are running out of actual test questions to ask. So there's like even questions that are ridiculously hard, if not essentially impossible for humans, that are written down questions are swiftly becoming trivial for AI. Mm-hmm. So then there's, but you know, the one thing that is an excellent judge of things is reality. So, because physics is the law, ultimately, everything else is a recommendation. You can't break physics. So the ultimate test, I think, for whether an AI is, the ultimate reasoning test is reality.
Yes.
So you invent a new technology, like say, improve the design of a car or a rocket, or create a new medication that, and does it work?
Yeah.
Does the rocket get to orbit? Does the car drive? Does the medicine work? Whatever the case may be, reality is the ultimate judge here. So it's going to be reinforcement learning, closing the loop around reality.
Reinforcement learning, closing the loop around reality.
We asked the question, how do we even go further? So
reinforcement learning.
actually, we are thinking
so basically
about
how humans
now,
learn.
with single agent, we're able to solve 40% of the problem. What if we have multiple agents running at the same time? So this is what's called test and compute. And as we scale up the test and compute, actually, we are able to solve almost more than 50% of the text-only subset of the HLE problems. So it's a remarkable achievement, I think. Yeah.
This is insanely difficult. These are so what we're saying is like a majority of the text-based of humanities, you know, scarily named humanities last exam, Grok 4 can solve, and you can try it out for yourself. And with the Grok 4 Heavy, what it does is it spawns multiple agents in parallel, and all of those agents do work independently, and then they compare their work, and they decide which one. Like it's like a study group, and it's not as simple as a majority vote, because often only one of the agents actually figures out the trick, or figures out the solution. But once they share the trick or figure out what the real nature of the problem is, they share that solution with the other agents, and then they essentially compare notes, and then yield an answer. Yeah. So that's the heavy part of Grok 4 is where you scale up the test time compute by roughly an order of magnitude, have multiple agents tackle the task, and then they compare their work, and they put forward what they think is the best result.
Yeah. So we will introduce Grok 4 and Grok 4 Heavy. Sorry, can you click the next slide?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. So basically, Grok 4 is a single agent version, and Grok 4 Heavy is the multi-agent version. So let's take a look how they actually do on those exam problems and also some real life problems.
Yeah. So we're going to start out here, and we're actually going to look at one of those HLE problems. This is actually one of the easier math ones. I don't really understand it very well. I'm not that smart, but I can launch this job here, and we can actually see how it's going to go through and start to think about this problem. While we're doing that, I also want to show a little bit more about like what this model can do and launch a Grok 4 Heavy as well. So everyone knows Polymarket. It's extremely interesting. It's the seeker of truth. It aligns with what reality is most of the time. And with Grok, what we're actually looking at is being able to see how we can try to take these markets and see if we can predict the future as well.
Oh,
so
that
as we're
is-
letting this run,
that's
we'll
crazy.
see how Grok 4 Heavy goes about predicting the the World Series odds for
that's
the
awesome.
current teams in the MLB.
That is-
And while we're waiting for these to process, we're going to pass it over to Eric.
That's
and he's going to
crazy.
show you an example of his.
Yeah. So I guess one of the coolest things about Grok 4 is its ability to understand the world and to solve hard problems by leveraging tools like Tony discussed. And I think one kind of cool example of this, we asked it to generate a visualization of two black holes colliding. And of course, it took there are some liberties. It's, in my case, actually pretty clear in its thinking trace about what these liberties are. For example, in order for it to actually be visible, you need to really exaggerate the scale of the waves. And yeah, so here's this kind of in action. It exaggerates the scale in multiple ways. It drops off a bit less in terms of amplitude over distance, and but yeah, we can kind of see the basic effects that are actually correct. It starts with the in spiral, it merges, and then you have the ring down, and this is basically largely correct. Modulo some of the simplifications that need to do. It's actually quite explicit about this. It uses post-Newtonian approximations instead of actually computing the
So it
general
created a model
relativistic
of two black
effects of,
holes colliding.
near the center
how
of
it
the black
would
hole,
look.
which is incorrect, and will lead to some incorrect results. But the overall visualization is is basically there, and you can actually look at the kinds of resources that it references. So here it actually it obviously uses search. It gathers results from a bunch of links, but also reads through a undergraduate text.
Oh, that's crazy.
Analytic gravitational wave models. It reasons quite a bit
It's
about
pretty good stuff.
the actual constants that it
pretty
should
advanced.
use for a realistic simulation. It references, existing real-world data, and it's a pretty good model.
But actually going forward, we can give it the same model that physicists use, so it can run the same level of compute that so leading physics researchers are using, and give you a physics accurate black hole simulation.
Exactly.
Just right now is running in your browser, so.
Yeah, this is just running in your browser. It's
Exactly.
pretty simple.
So swapping back real quick here, we can actually take a look. The math problem is finished. The model was able to, let's look at its thinking trace here so you can see how it went through the problem. I'll be honest with you guys, I really don't quite fully understand the math, but what I do know is that I looked at the answer ahead of time, and it did come to the correct answer here in the final part here. We can also come in and actually take a look here at our World Series prediction.
Okay, let's see this one.
And it's still thinking,
still
through
thinking.
on this one. But we can actually try some other stuff as well. So we can actually try some of the X integrations that we did. So we worked very heavily on working with all of our X tools and building out a really great X experience. So we can actually ask, the model, find me the XAI employee that has the weirdest profile photo.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
that's
cool
going to
thing.
go off and start that, and then we can actually
That's cool
try
theory.
out, let's create a timeline based on X post detailing the changes in the scores
I
over
like that.
time, and we can see all the conversation that was taking place at that time as well. So we can see who are the announcing scores and what was the reactions at those times as well. So we'll let that go through here and process. And if we go back to this was the Greg Yang photo here. So if we scroll through here, whoops. So Greg Yang, of course.
Oh,
who
that's pretty
has
cool,
his
actually.
favorite photograph.
This
that
is
he
much more
has on his
advanced than
account.
Grok 3. Much more advanced.
That's actually not how he looks like in real life, by the way.
You would not be able to do this
just
with
so you
Grok
know.
3.
but it is quite funny.
At all.
But it had to understand that question,
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is that's the wild part. It's like it understands
Exactly.
what is a weird photo.
Exactly.
What is a weird photo?
The AI
What
is
is a less
interpreting what a
weird
weird photo is
It
and
goes through, has to
searching.
find all the team members, has to figure out who we all are.
That's crazy.
searches
I mean,
This is
X.
without access to the internal XAI personnel logs. It's literally looking at just at the internet.
That's
exactly.
pretty cool.
So you could say like the weirdest of any company,
Yeah.
to be clear.
Exactly. And we can also take a look here at the question here for the humanities last exam. So it is still researching all of the historical scores, but it will have that final answer here soon. But we can, while it's finishing up, we can take a look at one of the ones that we set up here a second ago. And we can see, like, you know, it finds the date that, like, Dan Hendricks had initially announced it. We can go through, we can see, you know, OpenAI announcing their score back in February. And we can see, you know, as progress happens with like Gemini, we can see like Kimi, and we can also even see, you know, the leaked benchmarks of what people are saying is, you know, if it's right, it's going to be pretty impressive. So pretty cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody uses these tools and gets the most value out of them. Yeah.
So far, so good.
Yeah, and we're going to close the loop around usefulness as well. So it's like it's not just book smart, but actually practically smart.
Exactly.
Okay, intermission, guys.
And we can go back to the slides here. Yeah. So.
Cool. So we actually evaluate also on the multimodal subset. So on the full set, this is the number on the HLE exam. You can see there's a little dip on the numbers. This is actually something we're improving on, which is the multimodal understanding capabilities. But I do believe in a very short time, we're able
Rock 4 Heavy got a
really improve and got
44.4
much higher numbers
guys.
on this, even higher numbers.
Way
on
above
this
the
benchmark.
rest.
Yeah.
Rock
this
4
is
Heavy,
the-
though.
We still like what is the biggest weakness of Grok currently is that it's sort of partially blind. It can't. Its image understanding, obviously, and its image generation needs to be a lot better, and that's actually being trained right now. So Grok 4 is based on version 6 of our foundation model, and we are training version 7, which will complete in a few weeks, and that'll address the weakness on the vision side.
And just to show off this last here, so the prediction market finished
Here we go.
here with a heavy, and we can see here, we can see all the tools and the process it used to actually go through and find the right answer. So it browsed a lot of odd sites.
Wow.
It calculated its own odds comparing to the market to find its own alpha and edge.
Ooh.
It walks you through the entire process here, and it calculates the odds of the winner being like the Dodgers.
No way.
And it gives them a 21.6% chance
Oh,
of
this is-
winning.
This is
this
crazy,
year.
guys.
So, and it took approximately
That's awesome.
4.5 minutes.
It
to
gave its
compute.
own prediction.
Yeah, that's a lot of thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can any other AI do that right now? I don't know. I haven't really tried actually. That seems like a
We
cool
can also
project
look at all
to test out.
the other benchmarks besides HLE. As it turned out, Grok 4 excelled on all the reasoning benchmarks that people usually test on, including GBQA, which is a PhD level problem sets. That's easier compared to HLE. On AMI 25, American Invitation Mathematics exam, with Grok 4 Heavy, we actually got a perfect score. Also on some of the coding
All right, so
benchmarks
it's
called
really
Live Coding
smart
Bench,
academically. It's
and
really
also
book
on
smart.
HMMT, Harvard Math.
Elon
MIT,
says that it's also
exam,
going to be
and also
practically
USAML.
smart as well, practically
You can
useful
see
as well.
actually,
within 2 years.
all of those benchmarks, we often have a very large leap against the second best model out there.
Yeah, I mean, really, we're going to get to the point where
Yankees are
it's gonna get
winning
every
the World
answer
Series.
right in
Worst
every
AI
exam.
ever. I don't know.
And where it doesn't get an answer right, it's going to tell you what's wrong with the question, or if the question
Rock 4 has
is
spoken.
ambiguous, disambiguate the question into answers A, B, and C, and tell you what answers A, B, and C would be with a disambiguated question. So the only real test then will be reality. Can it make useful technologies, discover new science? That'll actually be the only thing
Now
left, because human tests will simply not be meaningful.
And discovering new science, that's the
we can
part
make
that
to HLE very soon.
gets me excited.
Given the current rate of progress. So yeah, it's super cool to see like multiple agents that collaborate with each other, solving really challenging problems. So we're going to try this model. So it turned out it's available right now. If we
Grok
advance
4 is
to
up.
the next slide, where there is a super Grok heavy tiers that we're introducing.
Oh, there's another tier. No way.
For heavy, where you're actually going to be the taskmaster.
300 a month, guys, for Grok 4 heavy.
Become smarter throughout the little research and save hours of time.
No way, guys.
Going through mundane tasks. And it's available right now. So,
Yeah. So
No way.
we did limit usage during the demo, so it didn't break the demo because all this stuff is happening live. So there's nothing canned about any of the tests that we're doing. So after the demo is done, we'll enable more subscribers for SuperGrok. So if you can't subscribe right now, just try in half an hour. It should work. And now let's get into voice.
Great. Abby? So many of you have been enjoying our voice mode, and we've been working hard to improve
this
the
I wanna hear too
experience
now.
over the past couple months. We have cut latency in half.
I've been using
to
that
make it
voice
much
mode a lot.
snappier. And today we're excited to announce a set of new voices that have exceptional naturalness and prosody. You might have noticed the movie trailer voice that opened up the live stream. That is one of our new voices, Sal, who's got that epically deep tone. And we're also excited to introduce Eve, a beautiful British voice who's capable of rich emotions. Aman, would you like to introduce Eve?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get into the demo. Hey Eve, millions of people are watching us right now. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm thrilled, really. It's like being on stage at the Old Vic with a sea of faces out there. Just imagine all those eyes and ears tuned in. It's a proper buzz, isn't it? What do you reckon we should chat about to keep this lot entertained?
Okay.
You know, we have a lot to talk about, but I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little nervous. Can you whisper something soothing to calm me down?
Take a deep breath.
No.
You've got this. It's just you and me.
That's a little.
Quiet chat, like we're tucked away in a cozy corner.
They may need to work on that whisper a little bit, guys.
Feel that calm wash over you.
It's a
Let's
little
keep talking.
scary,
What's
but
on your mind?
You know what? I'm actually feeling quite relaxed to try this something crazy. So can you give us an opera on Diet Coke?
Oh, an opera on Diet Coke. That's a riot. Picture this, a shimmering silver cannon glistening under stage lights. Oh, Diet Coke, thou
I mean, it is pretty
elixir
impressive. I mean, this is
with
all,
bubbles that dance in a
this is all
sparkling
the AI
Thy
understanding
crisp, cool kiss
what that person is
on
saying,
lips
right?
so
What the person is asking of
fine.
it.
Oh, aspartame and bruise.
This is all being done on the fly. I mean, this is pretty damn impressive.
How's that for a mad little aria? Want me to belt out another verse or switch up the tune?
Okay, let's try switching it
All
up
right,
and
you know
just
having a
start
little bit of
singing.
fun there.
Right then, let's have a go. Oh, silver can, you gleam in the light. Diet Coke, my heart's delight.
Okay, I won't touch it. It's very, very poetic. Yeah, thank you, Eve. Feeling quite nice now.
Cool. So that's Eve. And
All right, Eve.
So something else we do here is
All right.
a little test each day.
The whisper was
to
kind of scary,
check
though. I'm not gonna
on
lie.
the
The whisper
natural
was
flow
a little scary.
of our conversations against
But
some of our competitors.
very
So
impressive
we figured
nonetheless.
Why not try that live on the stream today?
Should I start? Hey, I'm going to say a number, and can you say the same number back to me? 1.
1, got it. This is like a fun little game of echo. What's next?
2. Sorry, I said 2.
Oh, they are comparing the latency between the
3.
two voice modes. Let's see.
3.
I don't know what model that one is, though. Is that ChatGPT? I don't know.
Nice and steady. What's next?
5.
Or is that
Alright,
Gemini?
Nailed it. This is pretty
I don't know
fun,
what that is.
actually.
Which
Feel
model
free
that
to
is.
Keep going or switch it up if you'd like.
Oh, that's ChatGPT. Now this is gonna be Grok.
Hey, Grok. Hey, Grok.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
We're going to do a little test. Can you repeat after me? 1,
1.
Nice.
All right. What's next?
2,
2.
Much quicker.
What's on your mind?
3,
Much more natural.
3. Need anything else?
Much more of a natural conversation type of
4.
cadence,
How can I
right?
assist you?
Much better, much better.
5. What's next?
So as you can see, Grok was snappier. It didn't interrupt me. And the prosody is we've made different design choices. I think we were shooting for something more calm, smooth, more natural versus something that's more poppy or artificial. So we'll keep improving on these fronts.
All right, thanks, guys.
Very nice, very nice. Very nice.
Yep. So since the launch of the voice model, we actually see the 2x faster end-to-end
we got 5 voices
latency, in the last 80 weeks, 5 different voices, and also 10x the active user. So Grok Voice is taking off. Now, if you think about releasing the models, this time we're also releasing Grok 4 through the API at the same time. So if we go to the next 2 slides, so we're very excited about what all developers out there is going to build. So
it's going to be part of the
I
open
think
source.
about myself as a developer, what the first thing I'm going to do when I actually have access to the Grok 4 API? Benchmarks. So we actually ask around on the X platform, what is the most challenging benchmarks out there that is considered the holy grail for all the AGI models? So turn out AGI is in the name, Arc AGI. So the last 12 hours, kudos to Greg over here in the audience. So who answered our call, take a preview of the Grok 4 API and independently verified, the Grok 4's performance.
Oh, wow.
So initially we thought, hey, Grok 4 is just, we think it's pretty good, it's pretty smart. It's our next gen reasoning model, spend 10x more compute, can use all the tools, right? But turned out, when we actually verify on the private subset of the Arc AGI v2, it was like the only model in the last 3 months that breaks the 10% barrier. And in fact, it was so good that actually gets to 16%, well, 15.8% accuracy, 2x of the second place, that is the Cloud 4 Opus model. And it's not just about performance, right? When you think about intelligence, having an API model drives your automation. It's also the intelligence per dollar, right? If you look at the plots over here, the Grok is just 4 is just in the league of its own. All right, so enough of benchmarks over here, right? So what can Grok do, actually?
Let's get to the good stuff, guys.
So we actually, contacted the folks from Enden Labs, who, gracious enough to, try to Grok in the real world to run a business.
Oh,
thanks for having us. So I'm Axel from Enden Labs.
And I'm Lucas, and we tested Grok 4 on Vending Bench. Vending Bench is an AI simulation of a business scenario where we thought, what is the most simple business an AI could possibly run? And we thought vending machines. So in this scenario, the Grok and other models need to do stuff like manage inventory, contact suppliers, set prices. All of these things are super easy, and all the models can do them one by one. But when you do them over very long horizons, most models struggle. But we have a leaderboard, and there's a new number 1.
Yeah, so we got early access to the Grok 4 API. We ran it on the vending bench, and we saw some really impressive results.
This is nice.
So it
they made their own
definitely
model
at the number 1 spot. It's even double
from the Grok
net worth,
4
which
API.
is the measure that we have on
That's
this
really
event.
nice.
So it's not about the percentage on or a score you get, but it's more the dollar value in net worth that you generate. So we were impressed by Grok. It was able to formulate a strategy and adhere to that strategy over a long period of time, much longer than other models that we have tested, other frontier models.
Wow, look at that.
So it managed to run the simulation for
a
double
much
the time
longer
and score,
time frame here,
double the net
much
worth.
longer
And it was
model
also
here
really
over time. This
consistent,
is
across
insanely
this fronts, which is
better.
something that's really important when you want to use this in the real world.
And I think as we give more and more power to AI systems in the real world, it's important that we test them in scenarios that either mimic the real world or are in the real world itself. Because otherwise we fly blind into some things that might not be great.
Yeah, it's great to see that we've now got a way to pay for all those GPUs. So we just need 1 million vending machines.
Definitely.
And we could make $4.7 billion a year with 1 million vending machines.
100%.
Let's go.
It can be epic, vending machines.
Yes, yes.
All right. We are actually going to install vending machines here. like a lot of them.
We're happy to supply them.
All right, thank you.
All right.
I'm looking forward to seeing what amazing things are in this vending machine.
That's for you to decide.
All right.
I'll tell the AI.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, he wants vending machine,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, so we can see like Grok is able to become like the co-pilot of the business unit. So what else can Grok do? So we're actually releasing this Grok if you want to try it.
Oh, no way. Here we
right
go.
Now to evaluate, run the same benchmark as us. It's on the API, has 256K contact length. So we already actually see some of the early adopters to try Grok 4 API. So our Palo Alto neighbor, Arc Institute, which is a leading biomedical research center, is already seeing like how can they automate their research flows with Grok 4. It turned out it's able to help the scientists to sniff through, millions of experiments logs, and then, just like pick the best hypothesis within a split of seconds.
That is
we see this is being
insane.
used for their the CRISPR research,
see
and
right
also
here with the CRISPR research.
Grok 4
On
independently
cytokine expression over
evaluated
here.
scores as the best model to examine the chest X-ray. Who would know?
Wow.
And in the financial sector, we also see, the Grok 4 with access to all the tools, real-time information is actually one of the most popular AIs out there. So, our Grok 4 is also going to be available on the hyperscalers. So the XAI enterprise sector is only, started 2 months ago, and we're open for business. Yeah, so the other thing, we talked a lot about, having Grok to make games, video games. So Danny is actually a video game designer on X. So, we mentioned, hey, who want to try out some
that's
Grok
cool.
for preview APIs to make games? And Danny answered the call. So this was actually just made first-person shooting game in a span of 4 hours. Some of the unappreciated hardest problem of making video games is not necessarily encoding the core logic of the game, but actually go out, source all the assets, all the textures,
Right.
files, and to create a visually appealing game. So one of the core aspects Grok 4 does really well with all the tools out there is actually able to automate these asset sourcing capabilities. So the developers can just focus on the core development itself rather than So now you can run entire game studios with game of one, with one person, and then you can have Grok 4 to go out and source all those assets, do all the mundane tasks for you.
Yeah. Now the next step, obviously, is for Grok to be able to play the game. So it has to have very good video understanding, so it can play the games and interact with the games, and actually assess whether a game is fun, and actually have good judgment for whether a game is fun or not. So with version 7 of our foundation model, which finishes training this month, and then we'll go through post-training RL and whatnot, that will have excellent video understanding, and with the video understanding and improved tool use, for example, for video games, you'd want to use Unreal Engine or Unity or one of the main graphics engines, and then generate the art. Apply it to a 3D model, and then create an executable that someone can run on a PC or a console or a phone. We expect that to happen probably this year.
Wow.
And if not this year, certainly next year.
Wow.
So that's it's going to be wild. I would expect the first really good AI video game to be next year.
For all you game enthusiasts.
And probably the first
Grok 4 will help you build your own video game. Or build it for you.
This year, and probably the first watchable AI movie next year. Things are really moving at an incredible pace.
Once the snowball starts rolling, it really starts rolling.
With vending machines, it will just create video games for humans.
Yeah, I mean, it went from not being able to do any of this really even 6 months ago to what you're seeing before you here, and from very primitive a year ago to making a sort of a 3D video game with a few hours of prompting.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, just to recap, so in today's live stream, we introduced the most powerful, most intelligent AI models out there that can actually reason from the first principle, using all the tools, do all the research, go on the journey for 10 minutes, come back with the
first
most correct
principle
answer for you.
research and learning.
So it's kind of crazy to think about.
That's pretty cool.
Just
man.
like 4 months ago, we had Grok 3, and now we already have Grok 4.
I mean, we are
and we're going to continue to
inching
accelerate as
closer
a
and
company
closer to
XAI. We're going to be the fastest moving AGI companies
to artificial
out
super
there.
intelligence.
So what's coming next is that we're going to continue developing the model that's not just intelligent, smart, think for a really long time, spend a lot of compute, but having a model that actually both fast and smart is going to be the core focus, right? So if you think about what are the applications out there that can really benefit from all those very intelligent, fast, and smart models, then coding is actually one of them.
Yeah, so the team is currently working very heavily on coding models. I think right now the main focus is we actually trained recently a specialized coding model, which is going to be both fast and smart. And I believe we can share with that model with you guys, with all of you in a few weeks.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And the second after coding is we all see the weakness of Grok 4 is the multimodal capability. So in fact, it was so bad that Grok effectively just like looking at the world, squinting through the glass, and like see all the blurry features and trying to make sense of it. The most immediate improvement we're going to see with the next generation pre-trained model is that we're going to see a step function improvement on the model's capability in terms of the image understanding, video understanding, and audios. Right? It's now the model is able to hear and see the world just like any of you. Right?
Wow.
And now with all the tools at its command, with all the other agents it can talk to, so we're going to see a huge unlock for many different application layers. After the multimodal agents, what's going to come after is the video generation, and we believe that at the end of the day, it should just be pixel in, pixel out,
so video generation by October. It's
you have this infinite scroll of content in inventory.
So before
on
the end of the
platform,
year,
where not only you can actually watch these generated videos, but able to intervene, create your own adventures.
Oh man,
the future's gonna be wild.
And we expect to be training our video model with over 100,000 GB200s, and to begin that training within the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow, this is so exciting, guys.
Pretty spectacular in video generation and video.
I mean, imagine creating a movie or a video, and on the fly creating a new type of experience or moment within that same video. I mean, the possibilities are crazy right now with Grok 4. Wow. Good job.
All right, thanks everyone.
Great job, great job. That was good, that was good. That was good. Man. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, so that concludes the XAI live stream, guys. I don't know, guys, what did you think? What did you think? I really found this to be pretty exciting, actually. And it is from what I'm seeing over here, it is light years better than Grok 3. Or I think, I mean, I have used Google's Gemini as well, and from what I'm seeing with Grok 4, with its multimodal capabilities, its coding capabilities, its ability to create videos and video games, its reasoning, and its voice capability, like super low latency voice capability is really quite impressive. And I mean, I don't think it's stressed enough where Grok 4 was asked to find the weirdest profile picture of an XAI employee, right? So that may seem very, very simple on surface, right? Yeah, you know what? Find a weird profile picture and of an XAI employee and list it, right? But what does weird actually mean, right? I mean, weird is a human. It's so subjective, right? I mean, what is weird? I mean, what's weird to me may not be weird for you, And I mean, it's infinite, right? But Grok 4 made somehow a judgment call, right? And figured out what weird was. And I think in that list, it gave a pretty accurate weird profile picture of an XAI employee. Now, Elon said that Grok 4 does not have access to the XAI employee database or the X database. It does not have any access to it. It is literally scratching the X platform, understanding the profiles, and then somehow aggregating the profile pictures and comparing them from most weird to least weird. I mean, that is insane to me. That is insane to me. Overall, even though this live stream was delayed for an hour, I will give Elon Musk and his team a pass. Elon Musk did appear to be pretty tired or whatever, but the presentation did make up for it. And I am really excited to see. Now, one thing to note is that, you know, Grok 4 as it is should be available. I think it's going to be available to all the Premium Plus subscribers. But there's also a Grok 4 Heavy version, right, which uses multiple tools at once, right? So I mean, I'm assuming, you know, bigger, you know, either companies are going to use it, educational institutions are going to use it, big entities where large scale models need to be run, right? So that tier is $300 a month. So the basic tier, I think that's the premium subscription itself, is $30 a month for Grok 4, and Grok 4 Heavy is $300 a month. So I think that's the big man on the street there, Grok 4 Heavy, and overall very impressive. What do you guys think? The voice stuff was okay, but seems AI is still. But Sesame AI is still the best for voice. I have not tried Sesame Voice. Sesame AI. What is that? I have not tried Sesame AI. What company is that from? I feel like the reasoning is still far away. It's still far away behind because the Yankees are clearly winning the. All right, listen. You obviously have a bias for Yankees. But Grok 4, the AI has spoken, all right? The Yankees are not in. I got news for you, man. The Yankees are not in. I am looking forward to the video stuff in October. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. The video stuff, the video games, and admittedly, the British voice on the Grok 4 model, I think it needed just to be tweaked a little bit, especially the whisper. The whisper sound like it belonged in like a horror movie, right? But I mean, overall, I mean, comparing the ChatGPT voice to the Grok 4 voice, the latency was far less in the Grok 4 voice is what I meant, you know. Whether or not it's there yet or not, I don't know. But the latency being less makes it much closer to being viewed as more of like a natural conversation with an AI rather than, you know, you talking to it and there's a delay of like 2 seconds, so it doesn't appear to be as flowing as a normal conversation would be, right? Like if I was talking to you, it wouldn't be, you know, there wouldn't be a latency period, right? But yeah, I mean, you know, it really is a great, I mean, in my opinion, it really is a great time to be alive, right? I feel like we are at the precipice of something really big that I don't think anyone can really comprehend. I mean, I certainly cannot fully comprehend it yet because I don't know what, how the dominoes are going to fall, right? But what I do know is that we are at the beginning of something that could be really beautiful and really helpful to all of humankind, right? It will change the way the world works for the better, in my opinion, right? there is a possibility, as many have already sounded the alarm, where AI could turn out to be a huge net negative for humans, right? And this is where the whole doomsday scenario comes into play. Elon has always stated that the AI needs to be maximally truth-seeking, and it needs to be a quote-unquote good AI, right? So I just always like to say, even the Terminator went back in time to save humanity, ultimately, right? So I truly believe that advanced AI is a net positive for humanity. It will give humans their free time back. It will eventually reduce the cost of everything to almost zero eventually, right? I mean, we still have time, we still have a lot of time to get there. But what I'm trying to say is we are at the beginning of something beautiful. And it really is quite a pleasure being alive at this time to witness this from birth to it, to the advanced stages it will reach in our lifetime, in my lifetime, in our lifetime. Yeah, the whisper was creepy. Yeah, the whisper was like the whisper was like a horror movie there. Anyway, guys, it is now 1:02 a.m. in the morning. We did it. We braced the storm. We waited. We were excited. We wanted to see Grok 4. We saw it. Elon was late, 1 hour late. Doesn't matter. We still saw it. And it's time for me to go to bed, guys. Thank you so much for joining in and watching this momentous live stream with me. It was a pleasure hosting the live stream for you. I loved your comments. Thank you for the support. And I wish you all a very, very good night.